First, watch this video.
Reading about the origins of the Hindu faith and those things had me questioning, and I'm not sure if there could be an argument that life could have started in India or around there. But I want to read something I found online. There's a river called the Indus, or the Indus River. People don't know. And again, if this is not correct, people will correct me. You can correct me if you know a different knowledge. There's the Indus River. People can go find it. They can go Google it. Which, according to the people of the time, was known as the Sindhu River. And there were Persians there, and they couldn't say Sindhu. It's almost like people, like we spoke about Iblaman, where certain Zulu people, maybe they struggle with the R, and then they replace with an L. So instead of Sindhu, maybe they'd say Shindu or Shindu, and it became Hindu. Being these Hindu and the derivatives makes me wonder, when we even speak about mankind, if we're saying mankind started in Africa, the cradle of humankind, but words like mankind come from Manus and the Indus River and the Hindus and India. Maybe I'm just asking, or I'm being mischievous. Do you think there could be an argument that life actually started around those sides of India?
Yeah, because the worldview was that the whole planet at some point is known as Bharat.
This video you just saw is from a recent profound discussion between an African Hindu monk and a famous African YouTuber. In this conversation, they talk deeply about Islam, Christianity, and Sanatan Dharma, the eternal way. The African YouTuber asked many deep and thought-provoking questions about Hinduism to this African monk who is a true knower of the Vedas. One of the first questions he asked was, according to the Bible, the first humans were Adam and Eve, but you are speaking of Vishnu and Krishna. So, is there any similarity between Adam and the form of Vishnu? To this question, the African Hindu monk immediately responded with the vast cosmic wisdom of Sanatan Dharma. He said, not at all. According to Christians, Adam may be considered the first man on earth, but according to the Vedas, the structure of creation itself began from higher planetary systems. In the Vedas, the very first ancestor, or the first human-like being, was Manu, the son of Brahma, the great yogi and sage, and the word mankind, Manav, or Manusha, human, all originate from the name Manu. It was Manu who began creation from the sacred land of Bharat, India. The African YouTuber then says,
I don't know as much about the Hindu faith as I wish I did, and I realize most people are very ignorant about it. It is noted down as the oldest, I don't know if it is, as the oldest faith, 4,000, 5,000 years old, and beyond. Of which you've got the Abrahamic faiths, which are the most popular. Judaism, which came first, then Christianity with Jesus Christ, and then with Prophet Muhammad came Islam. Hinduism is way older than that. With Hinduism, it seems to be more complicated.
Then the monk explains calmly.
So Brahman, we would say there's 3 levels of God realization.
Okay.
So Brahman is the first and lowest level. That means God is pervading everything. His energy is sustaining everything.
The atoms, the molecules.
Is within each and every atom, therefore this omniscience and omnipresence.
That's Brahman.
That's Brahman.
Okay.
Yeah. And then higher than Brahman is what is known as Paramatma.
Okay.
Paramatma, para means supreme, atma means soul. So the aspect of God who is localized in the heart of every living being.
Within you.
Yes.
So that is almost like Jesus saying, God lives within you, as an example.
Almost like, the Holy
What is that
Spirit
called?
It's called Paramatma, super
Param
soul.
Atma.
Yet even after listening to this cosmic explanation, the African YouTuber, out of curiosity, asked again, do you think there could be any argument that life actually started in India? To this, the Hindu monk, filled with pride and serenity, replied, there was a time when the entire planet Earth was known as Bharatvarsha. And recently, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi reinstated the country's true and ancient name, Bharat. This is not just a political act, it is a return to truth, to our real name. As he said, because the worldview once was that the whole planet was known as Bharatvarsha, and recently, Narendra Modi has renamed India to this name, Bharat. The YouTuber asked curiously, is that something happening now? So Bharat becomes India's real name again? The monk smiled and explained, Yes, India's true name is Bharat. The name India came from outsiders. But now the knowledge and culture of Sanatan Dharma, meaning the code of conduct for human beings, is being revived once again. And the most beautiful moment came when the monk said with joy,
Some of my research now also raises something that, we made these assumptions of things we actually don't know. I thought Buddha was from East Asia. And the history says that Buddha actually originates from what we call India today. I'm raising Buddhism because reincarnation is a strong theme there. What you're speaking about, I think, falls under terms like samsara, etc., where, again, you're trying to transcend to a higher level. This guy's name, Siddhartha Gautama.
Siddhartha Gautama, who later became known as Buddha, was also born a Hindu. He was born on the sacred land of Bharat, and from here he began the Buddhist path, which later spread across China, Tibet, and Japan. But here comes a very interesting point, something we all must understand. The main purpose of this entire video lies in this next truth. The African Hindu monk praised Buddhism with the respect it deserved, but when it came to explaining the greatness of Sanatan Dharma, he spoke openly and fearlessly. He explained how Buddhism, which emerged from Sanatan roots, gradually began to pull Hindus away from the original Vedic knowledge. Thousands of Hindus began adopting Buddhism, and it seemed as if the Vedic foundation of Sanatan was slowly disappearing. But then, to restore the Vedic base of Sanatan Dharma, Lord Shiva himself manifested in the form of Adi Shankaracharya. He reawakened Hindus, brought them back to the Vedas, and sent Buddhism away from India, after which it spread across China and Japan. But the most surprising moment came next. After hearing the divine knowledge of Sanatan from this African monk, the African YouTuber himself admitted even Hollywood movies like the Marvel Cinematic Universe are inspired by Sanatan Dharma.
There's a prince in one of the books, I don't know if it's called Raman or one of the books. There's a prince who has a monkey sidekick.
Yeah, that's Ram.
Ram.
Lord Ram, he has his servant there is called Hanuman.
Hanuman.
Yeah, you have Planet of the Apes.
In Black Panther, they are a group of people in Wakanda called the people of the gorilla tribe, the Jabari.
Jabaris.
And Mbaku, who's the leader, who we really liked in the movie, says all glory to Hanuman. And I remember that reference very quickly, and it made me again think about, I wonder how many references. You spoke about yoga, you speak about mankind and the manus, even terms like karma.
Karma, guru, pandit. So the original knowledge of this world is called Veda. So these Vedas are like manuals. What is this universe?
Bibles?
You could say manuals, texts that are...
Four of them.
Yeah, originally, yes, Atava, Yaju, Sama, and Rig Veda.
Sure, the four main Vedas at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then as the culture is oral, so people go to ashrams, take a guru, and they learn this knowledge by hearing.
Yeah.
So what we're finding now in the modern world is that the concepts for these movies, which show a larger than normal reality, other planets, superheroes, weaponry that's fascinating, they're borrowing, as you're using the word, from these Vedic texts. And then, as you said, they don't reference. So what happens is that by the time we come and say these are realities.
And just as always, when we checked the comments under this video, we were filled with deep joy and pride. People from all over the world were openly praising the divine wisdom of this African Hindu monk. Many shared how they left their previous religions and embraced Sanatan Dharma. One user wrote, "My entire family and I were once Muslims, but now we have embraced Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan is the only truth that existed before all truths." Another user, Francis Thomas, wrote, "I was an ex-Christian. After studying all religions and searching for truth, I have now started following Sanatan Dharma. I feel as if I have reached the most advanced civilization in the world, naturally." From this, you can clearly understand how this African Hindu monk, with such divine simplicity and brilliance, presented the greatness of Sanatan Dharma to the world, showing that other paths and religions are but copies derived from it. Now the question arises, who is this monk? Who is this young man spreading Sanatan across the world? His name is Savidas. He is from Africa. He left his former religion and embraced Sanatan Dharma. Now he travels across Africa and universities around the world, spreading the message of Sanatan Dharma. He is also working to promote Sanatan magnificently through his YouTube channel. If you want to watch the full video, the link is available in our description box below. And if you find this video important, please share it with your relatives and loved ones. Thanks for watching.